Belief systems and mental sets. We are looking at the 3 levels of belief systems. Level 1, knowledge. Level 2, personal cultural paradigms. And level 3, metaphysical paradigms. We are starting with level 1, which is our conscious knowledge of constructs, what we address in traditional education here. Change here occurs through assimilation and accommodation. This is what we use this knowledge to interpret and process new data. Accommodation is when we experience new data, but it doesn't match what's in our head. So we accommodate. We revise or build new constructs and concepts. There's little resistance to new data, new things we encounter, as long as they correspond to our level 2 belief system. And here you recognize these Piagetian terms, assimilation and accommodation. Basic knowledge about physical reality and the way things work. New knowledge fits within existing knowledge structures. Yeah, not bad. Accommodation is knowledge structures based on general tendencies. New knowledge that does not fit is used to revise existing structures or create new ones. And your belief system fits well within here. Level 2. This is where it gets a little more complicated. Personal and cultural paradigms. A paradigm is a common framework from which we view reality. It's a set of beliefs or assumptions, and it establishes the boundaries or principles within a particular field. For example, the positivistic scientific paradigm says all the world is cause and effect. One thing happens after another. It might be our philosophical, cultural, religious views. These might be included here, as well as our cultural views, our religious views, and our deeper assumptions about the purpose of individuals, institutions, and societies. All of which are used to help us to interpret the world we experience and to prioritize our resources. What gets our attention and what does not. What gets money and what does not. For example, we value economics and money over poetry. We value action over contemplation. We value making money versus expanding awareness. These are all examples of cultural and personal paradigms, the way we view the world. In our education system, these beliefs are not addressed directly, rather they are expressed. These belief systems are expressed in our education system in terms of the allocation of resources. Our curriculums and the type of information that is presented to students is an expression of our cultural paradigms. The type of data in schools that are measured and reported in what we call assessment. This reflects a cultural paradigm. The accomplishments that are and are not rewarded. The hierarchical structures. The amount of empowerment given to teachers and to students. These are all an expression of a cultural paradigm. For our level 2 beliefs, it takes a conscious decision to bring about change here. We have to bring these belief systems to the surface if we are to examine these. Change in beliefs at this level is somewhat data resistant. It is resistant. We want to grasp on to our worldview. When change does take place, it begins with a state of dyssynchrony. Dyssynchrony is a perceived difference between the ideal and the real states. Well, here's what is and here's what should be, and oh, they don't match. Oh, there's dyssynchrony. All right? We receive new data does not correspond with existing personal and cultural paradigms. For there to be growth of any kind, there needs to be disintegration. Disintegration of old belief systems for new ones to be built to accommodate the new data. It's the time between structures, between the old and new, that creates this dyssynchrony, this stress level, if you were. It's the idea that you cannot put new wine in old wineskins. You cannot use old ideas to hold new beliefs and new information. This reflects Dabrowski's theory of positive disintegration. Advanced development requires a breakdown or disintegration of existing psychological structures in order to form new, higher, more evolved structures. Level 2, personal and cultural paradigms. Beliefs, these are the types of things that fit in there. Beliefs based on a set of personal values. Beliefs based on our cultural values. These are a little bit more data resistant. Our beliefs about and how we define ourselves. Primary mode of thinking and organizing knowledge based on our values and perspectives. All fit within level 2. Religious or philosophical beliefs based on a set of personal world views and our religious or philosophical beliefs based on a set of cultural or institutional world views. Level 3, and this is where it gets a little more sticky, a little more smoky, the nature of reality or our metaphysical perspectives. And again, physical, what we can see and touch. Meta means above and beyond, so metaphysical means above and beyond the physical. Our paradigms related to the nature of reality. Phenomenal reality and transphenomenal reality or transcendent reality. Phenomenal reality is that which we can see. Transcendent is beyond. Phenomenon related to space, time, and matter. This is the reality described by the mystics, the shamans, the poets, the quantum physicists. It includes our religious or our spiritual beliefs. Now, these belief systems are highly data resistant, but our metaphysical perspective greatly impacts the type of data that is perceived and processed. And again, it is highly data resistant. Change at this level brings about a whole new way of seeing or visioning the world. It takes a revision to see a change here. A change in cultural paradigms. Sometimes people go on a vision quest to revise or revisit their worldview, their view of reality. Change, enlightenment, it's not a drive-through experience, or rarely is a drive-through experience. Change here seldom happens instantaneously. Change here is a process that occurs after a series of successive events involving preparation, incubation, insight, and verification. And if you recognize that, that's the Wallace model of creativity. A shamanic death experience. The shaman is able to transcend the human condition and move freely between dimensions, realities, or states of consciousness. All right? For the purpose of bringing back knowledge or wisdom. Now, a shamanic state usually is preceded by a death of experience, a death experience of some sort in the form of a great sickness or trauma or some sort of initiation. So change often happens after a traumatic life event here, something significant. Beliefs here include our beliefs about humanity's purpose and place in the cosmos and the meaning of our existence and the nature of reality, what is real and what is possible.